So this is what we're gonna be making today. I created a laser and then a laser with the Niagara effects, and then the problem with it was the laser is delayed from when the Niagara effects is emitted. So right there, the Niagara effect is emitted, but I can't spawn my ray traces right when it's been emitted. So through this video, I'm gonna kind of go through my thought process of how I kind of delayed the what is it, the line traces uh, after the emitter was spawned. So yeah, okay. Um, I haven't shown this part of my game yet in a demo, but I did want to work through this one little thing that I was trying to do. I searched the internet for quite a long time and never found like a fix for it. But basically, this beam in charge up is a Niagara effect, and the problem is the beam doesn't go as at the same time as the Niagara effect is emitted, if that makes sense. So the beam right there is, I believe, like zero point 0.8 or zero point 0.9 seconds after I spawn in the Niagara effect at like the camera pigeon's eyes, which means that I can't spawn in, or I can't do a ray cast or a line trace, sorry. I can do a line trace right after I spawn the emitter, or else the line trace would trace right there, right when the charge up happens for the pigeon attack. So instead, I was thinking that I could have maybe inside of the my laser beam thing, inside of my dynamic beam, maybe there was, or I looked and I saw that you could do collisions, and then you can also do something called, what's it called? Export particle data to blueprint. And I initially tried this, and essentially what this is you create an object data. So you create a username of object type object name or whatever. Drag this thing into your callback handler. Okay, I can't drag it down. Click it, and then that will send all the data over to your blueprint. So as long as you, what is it? So as long as you have the interface receive particle data, right? So then you do all of that, and then you get this data, right? If you iterate through all the data, so if you do like a for loop for each loop, and then I think you can break, right? Then you get position, size, and velocity. But because the beam is like a whole entire line trace, that position, velocity, and size gives you the hit. So like the position is where the beam hits and not the entirety of the beam. The size, I forgot what the size was, and velocity. I think velocity is how fast the beam hits you. But either way, it doesn't tell you what it hits. It just tells you where it collides with something, right? So I want to know when it hits a player. I want to tell I want it to be like a gun, really, but I want it to only play when the beam hits. So I came up with the idea to go around this. So let's delete all of that. I guess this is the tutorial portion of my video. Oop, everything's slowing down. I'm gonna pause it right now. Okay, and then it's all back. So basically what I decided to do instead is I looked at my particle length, and my whole entire thing, if you look on the bottom here, is 1.5 seconds long, but the beam doesn't start until 0.9 seconds. It ends at 0.15 seconds. So instead, what I did was I threw in a for loop delay. And the first index starts at 0, last index at 14, and the delay between it is 0.1. So that is 1.5, or essentially the entirety of my dynamic beam. So it's the entirety of the whole entire Niagara effects, right? 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds, but in a for loop. And then, as you can see, the beam, actually only starts at 0.9, ends at 1.5. So 0.9, I think that's, so if index equals, hello, oh, why are you so laggy? So if this equals, oh, why is it being so annoying? Yeah, there you go. If it equals, what, so 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, or 12. So if it's between, it's 3, okay, I'm just gonna do an and boolean, or boolean, then duplicate this 3 times. Let's move this down here. So for each iteration, when it's 10, 11, or 12, which means essentially when it's 0.9 seconds to 1 second to 1.1 seconds, we'll put up a branch, and then we can create a function for this actually. Let's create a new function, call it laser beam overlay, laser beam, let's do Linetrace. Perfect. And then we spawn in a Linetrace by channel, Linetrace by channel, start and end. Can I just, yeah, there we go. We can end, start, end. Perfect, 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 perfect. Compile that. Go back to your event graph. And now for each loop body, it'll check if the array or the index is 10, 11, or 12, meaning each index, or meaning the time since you admitted or spawned the system is at 0.9 to 1.1. And if that's true, then we can play the, let me just drag it from here. We can play this with the target being, I think target being self is okay, right? Yeah, target being self is okay. The start, what was my start? It was laser beam. So for my start, I use a socket location. So my socket location is called laser beam begin. Oops. We do the start there and your end here. So essentially what this does is, I guess I can just show you. So draw debug persistent. And now every time that my pigeon shoots, it'll spawn a ray trace at that. Oh, what is wrong? Oh, my bad. The laser's going that way because I didn't set, I forgot to connect this. False. Yeah, sorry, this function right here sets the end location of my Niagara effect laser beam. So now it should work. So now when the pigeon fires, it'll shoot and then, can I go out? Yeah, so then you see the line traces. Maybe better to show it without the dynamic beam, so I'll turn that off. Charges up and then boom, there's your 3. I got rid of the beam, but there's essentially your 3 line traces for the beam. I guess I can continue. Now we're gonna have to return. So I personally, how I like to handle my hit events for the player at least is I do, where's my player? So I go to first person player, blueprints, my character, and my character has a tag called player, right? Pretty chill. And what I can do here is I can do a branch node. Oof, why is my computer so slow right now? Control B, or sorry, B left click to add a branch node, and we can do on hit. We can break the on hit results. Hit actor has tag player. And if that's true, we can, I'm just going to copy this. Do once, apply damage. Perfect. Do once, apply damage. And then the damage actor is going to be the hit actor, i.e. the actor with tag player. And trace channel, let's create a new trace channel for this as well. So to create a new trace channel, what you're going to have to do is you go to, which one is it? Project settings, I think. Collision, trace channel, perfect. New trace channel, let's name this camera pigeon laser beam. And then we'll ignore everything except, and then we go to first person character, and then for the character mesh, let's do collision. We have collision on this. Collision presets. Where is my, oh, let's save all. So I have the, do I have to reset? I hope I don't have to reset my whole game to see the trace response. I'm sorry, this is going to be a long video. Maybe I'm going to pause it right now while I save. Okay, continue. Oh no, where'd it go? Where's my trace? Am I tripping? Am I bugging right now? Hold on here, let me reset my Unreal. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I haven't done line trace in a while, clearly. So you do have to restart your Unreal if you do a line trace. Good to know. So where was I? Oh my God. What was I doing? Right, line trace by channel. Change the line trace by channel in your whatever character you're making to do a camera pigeon laser beam or whatever you have named your thing. So mine is called drone pigeon. I'll change that to that. And then over my first person character blueprint, I'll change my first person character collision to not to ignore but to block the line trace. I think actually I should probably do the capsule component instead. Yeah, let's do capsule component block. Let's also do mesh to block as well, just in case. Oh, whoops. Oh, perfect. Mesh is a child to it. Of course, it's gonna block it. Okay, perfect. So now the first person character blocks the particle, the line trace called camera pigeon laser beam. Super technical term, by the way. But yeah, okay, cool. So now apply damage done. I'll also print, oh no, I've been hit. Yeah, all right, compile that, run that. Please work. If this doesn't work, I'm cutting this out of the video. Oh no, I've been hit. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, but I shoot it 3 times, so then for each, I'll be hit 3 times. What to do, what to do. Hold up here. Okay, I'm gonna pause this while I think about what to do here. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Okay, so because I'm casting it 3 times, and I mean, if you do want like maybe you want your laser to hit the player 3 times. I mean, if I ever wanted to do that, I think I can get index, plug it into here, and if index is equal to like 10, then I'll do like 20 damage, and then if it's equal to 11, I'll do like 15 damage, and then I'll do 10 damage if it's equal to 12. Just so there's like a damage fall off, because if you look at my laser, it starts off really, really strong and then dies off. But I don't think I want that for now. Maybe I'll change it later. So instead, I will create a Boolean. So let's create a Boolean of, let's call it hit player once. Or maybe it has player been hits, I think is better. So my Boolean of has player been hit. Compile that, set to false, and then every time I do my fire effect, I'm going to, I literally anywhere here is fine. I can do set player been hit to false, and then go into my laser beam line trace, and then after apply damage, I can do set this to true. So now, every time that, well, if let's say the line trace that's set to go off at 0.9 seconds hits me, then the has player been hit will be true, and then we have to add another branch. We can do an and branch here, and boolean, and player has been hit, get false. How do I check if it's false again? Okay, what am I saying? I just plug it in. Right, so that should only hit once. Let's see. Please work, please work, please work, please work. Okay. So where's my laser beam? Where'd that guy go? Okay, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Beam instance, line trace. Did I do something wrong here? Did I do anything else? Why haven't I been hit this time? Give me a second. Okay, I found it. This is so stupid. Okay, player has been hit is false. And if it's false, if it's true and false, it'll be false. So I have to do is not. Okay, what do they call it? Not equal? Perfect. Perfect, not equal. No, not. How do I? Player has been hit. How did they do this? I'm sorry, I forgot how Blueprint does this, where it's not false. So if it's not. Boolean, right click the plan, convert this type. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if that works. But essentially, it has player been hit is false, and I want it to be true. Okay, so that doesn't work, so that's fine. So we'll just click that. This should work, hopefully. Please work. Oh, chill, I've been hit, and yeah, and that's it. I dodged it, and I've been hit again. So yeah, it's pretty chill stuff. I'll show what this bird does in later videos. But yeah, see, so now I can walk back into the laser. So if the laser didn't hit me initially, I can walk back into it. Didn't hit me initially, I can walk into it because there's three beams that shoot. There you go, and I've been hit. Oh, oh, missed. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Cool. This is such a long video. I'm so sorry. Thanks for watching though. Peace out.